Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Scott from King Vehicle Damage Repair, and today it's all about this Audi. Not just any Audi. Today it is this Audi RSQ8. Let's go. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's an RSQ8. This is the first RSQ8 that I've ever worked on. What is there to say? It's all in the badge. Just under 600 brake horsepower, over 100,000 pounds new, absolute rocket. Same platform as a Lamborghini Urus. Some would argue it's the same car, some would argue that it's not. What we do know is it has the same engine. That said, the owner has picked up some damage, which we'll show you about now. What we're going to do with this car, it's finished in Daytona grey, which is quite a common Audi colour. We're going to repair the bumper, we're going to repair the wheel arch trim, and we're also going to repair the edge of the wing, which means we will need to blend through and blow in to the middle of the wing. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned about people commenting around blow-ins coming back, etc. The owner of this vehicle has actually been recommended, or we have been recommended to the owner of this vehicle by a client whose vehicle we repaired about 3 or 4 months ago. So I think that's testament to the repair work that we do, and also the fact that these repairs do not come back once completed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be being recommended. So without further ado, let's get into the repair. So first thing I'm doing is I'm just scotching up the panel, giving it a good scotch. This damage was actually a lot bigger. There was some paint transfer from the item that the vehicle bumped into, and some waxes and stuff have been used. So what we're using is a combination of prep and blend, some water, and a secret ingredient, just to make sure that we give it a good scotch and we remove whatever products have been put on the panel before, so we eliminate any chance of cross-contamination or any silicone issues when we come to apply the paint. So a nice good scotch. So now I've cleaned up the panel, I've noticed that there is a little bit of an indentation in a couple of places. What we'll do first is we will put the sander on it with quite a coarse grade of paper. We'll see what comes out. It may need a slightest skim over the top just to level it. But first thing we'll do, as I say, is we'll sand back most of the damage. We'll put it on that, see what comes out. It may well come all the way out, we don't know until we try. And then, yeah, we'll make a further assessment once we've took out the bulk of the damage. Will this reach is the question. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. No measurements, no measuring, nothing. Years of practice. Couldn't have got that any more accurate. What we'll do is we'll just chuck that bunch of plastic in the exhaust? Or is it too big? Audi. You naughty, naughty designers. You could have done better than those two pea shooters. That's bad. I do love this car though. Let me know in the comments what you think of the RSQ8. GLE 63 AMG, which is coming out soon. Audi RSQ8. Or what else is there? BMW X5M. What's your car? What's your choice? All right, so the third and final blow-in section is set up. Wait for it in the comments. Oh my God, I can't believe you've blown in an RSQ8. It's £100,000 car. Not only once, twice, 3 times. Oh my God, you wait till it comes back. Yeah, right. Anyway, final job is to decontaminate the panels using panel wipe. We'll wipe it all down, the paint's in the gun, we're ready to go, so let's go. Okay, so me and camerawoman Zoe are debating whether it's going to rain or not. I'm saying it's not forecast to. Zoe's saying it may well. But we're gonna go with Zoe because we don't take no chances. We do it right and we only do it once. So let's get this tent set up. So this is how you put a tent up in a very, very tight space. Really, I should have done this beforehand, but you know, you never really see me making mistakes, if at all. But watch how we do this. Slight technical error. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. One more. Would help if I pulled the right one. Oh dear. Easy does it. Easy does it. Those eagle-eyed viewers will notice that there was a Porsche earlier on next door, which has now been covered up. We've had a chat with the neighbour to make sure that we're just being courteous. We did offer, I can't get that. We did offer to sheet it up like this vehicle, but the neighbour had his own car cover and he's popped that on. The Mini in the background, the overspray is not going to go that far, and it wouldn't probably even go on the Porsche, but as I usually say, it's better to be safe than sorry, and I'd hate to be into an argument about the potential of damaging his car before we've even started. So when he sees me getting equipment out, spray guns and stuff, it's always good to make sure that you've offered to cover the car or covered it. That way, you know, when we've got our equipment out, the neighbour's not going to come out like, what the hell are you doing next to my car? So just covering ourselves there. And we've got our tent set up, and I think we'll go one step further. We'll put a side on. That way there's 100% no chance of any fumes going in that direction. The wind is actually going well, the small wind there is flowing towards the front of the house, so we're all good.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lasers talking now and we don't pay that no mind.
So, base coat is laid down, Daytona grey. Sorry mate, you have to go. Base coat is laid down. Now we're going to hit it with the clear. Job is looking nice. And as if by magic, the sun has appeared. Who was right? But Zoe, it's better to be safe than sorry, of course. And we've got a bit of shade to do the job. So, let's hit it with the clear coat.
Stop that, talking my shit, you know we gon' pop that. See it, I like it, yeah, I'm gon' cop that. When we on top, how you on top that? Nah, you ain't got nothing on us. I'm steady calling your bluff. Pass me the split, need me a puff. You don't want smoke, tell them that's tough, yeah. Heard them lasers talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch them know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, it shows I rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah.
Boy, is that a finish. Glass. Okay, the flat and polishing process. I'm using 2000 wet sanding paper. Then I'm gonna go over with a Trizac 3000 on a dual action sander. I'll use that disc on the machine with water, so I'll use it wet. And then we'll machine polish it up, as I'm sure you've seen many times by now. Once we've done that, we'll get it all blown off, cleaned, checked, demasked, and show you guys the goods. So if you've seen this once, you've seen it a million times. So let's run some music and I'll see you in a second. So, a reason blow-ins don't come back is because they are heated, and when I say heated, they are nuked the hell out of. So they're so hot, it's almost too hot to touch. Then they're cooled. So the paint goes through a baking process and a cooling process, and it actually goes pretty hard within the time frame that we're here. Once it's cooled back down to panel temperature, it's then polished again and heated. With the pressure of the polisher, it heats it back up, the compound cuts into the clear coat, blending the two together. I then move on to the rest of the vehicle. Once that's cooled again, I'll go back and polish it again with compound. I'll then go through a second stage, in some cases even 3. And that is the art of blow-ins and blending new paint into the old. A lot of people, they let their lacquer edge get too thick, they don't cure it enough, they don't cool it enough, and they polish it up. The compound fills up the flatting marks. The car goes through a car wash, the flatting marks come out. Sorry, the compound comes out of the flatting marks, and then the blow-in appears. That's why it's almost frowned upon, because it's so common that people get it wrong. But as I say in nearly every video, if you know the process and you follow it by the book, it will never fail. Just like this job.
I don't mind if you don't listen that much, but some of y'all don't listen at all. The same shit they be pushing your buttons. Got a grown man having withdrawals. I don't mind if you don't listen that much, though I just mind what you say for the crowd. But some of y'all don't listen at all. Some of y'all don't answer that call. Realize the movie that I was watching, it's the end of the world. Illuminati is coming. Gather the boys and girls and watches it all unfurls. They clutching at all their pearls and no one asking for guidance. Stimulus check, won't you cash app that?
And there you have it, guys. The Audi RSQ8 has been restored to perfection. Some of you may wonder, a car like this, over £100,000, why hasn't the client had it repaired at a body shop? Well, if he chooses to decide to pick a body shop, it's going to be around a week. It's going to need a replacement vehicle, quite inconvenient. A lot of people tend to live with damage because they can't have their vehicle off the road, particularly if it's your only car. So that's why people choose a mobile repairer. Some would argue, well, a body shop has better facilities. Everything that we've used today is exactly what you'll find in a workshop environment. The only difference is that we're not spraying in a spray booth. The ambient temperature when sprayed in a booth is around 26 degrees. We're a few degrees off that today at about 22 or 23. So there's no real big difference. A spray booth, yes, it's a controlled environment, there's less dust, it extracts fumes, but I can tell you now, I've been in some body shops where spray booths are probably not far off working in this sort of environment. But being a mobile repairer, you generally learn to control a dusty environment, as proven many times when we churn out jobs on people's driveways. Now, this vehicle will be warranted for lifetime vehicle ownership. The finish is like factory. The customer, I'm sure, will be over the moon. And that rounds off this one. So this is the RSQ8 2020 car, completed in Daytona Pearl Grey. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already for plenty more videos to come. Hit that like button. If you've enjoyed this video and all the others, make sure you hit that like button today. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all our platforms. And I will see you on the next one.